Hello, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel, and welcome to our F1 Manager 24 series, our Maserati series, and we are in our second race of 2028 today. So we kicked off 2028 earlier in the week, so our fourth year with Maserati, still searching for a Drivers' Championship. We've won the Constructors, of course, but searching for that Drivers' Championship. And as I say, we kicked off the first race of 2028. We've really mixed up the calendar for this year. We kicked off in Monaco, and Kimi Antonelli made it 3 years in a row in Monaco, but Charles Leclerc, on his debut for Maserati, in his home race in Monaco, crashed out whilst in P3. So work to do for Charles today, but he's qualified well. He out-qualified Kimi in Monaco, and he's done it again here, and we're in Monza today. So Leclerc starts third, and Antonelli P4. Thinking of starting a new career in F1 Manager. Any team ideas? Yeah, I always like to bring old teams back, as I've done with Lotus and Maserati. So there's a few that you can do that with. Depends how far back you want to go, but you could do a Brabham, you could do Orange, Arrows, who were Orange. There's not a team called Orange, but you could do Arrows. Who else could do? Jordan, Minardi. Depends what you want to get out of it, I guess. Or you could go for sort of a new team entering it, you know, I don't know, something bizarre like another energy drink to rival Red Bull, or maybe Elon Musk wants to put a team in. I think then Tyrrell, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good shout. So yeah, as I say, we qualify third with Leclerc, fourth with Antonelli. Strategy, it's going to be a one-stop round Monza. We've flipped it around because if not, they'll be on the same piece of racetrack for most of the race. So Leclerc's going to start on the mediums, finish on the hards, flipping it the other way around for Antonelli. So he starts hard and finishes on the medium. So let's get this one, though, underway and see if we can make it back-to-back wins here in 2028 and make a very good start. And hopefully, Charles Leclerc is not going to retire today. Cameron, hello. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. A chance to see
and Isaac, hello, how's it going?
Can achieve here.
They're up in
Right, let's get underway then. 2028, round 2 in Monza. And we've got a Red Bull 1-2 and a Maserati 3-4.
And away we go.
As we are underway then with Verstappen getting us away from pole. Looks like Antonelli might be in the jump on his teammate, which isn't ideal here. Kind of don't want him fighting the teammate if he can help it, because he's on the hard tyres to start this race. Verstappen gets a good start. Leclerc is challenging Liam Lawson for P2. Can we go around the outside here, which will give us inside to this next left-hander. Charles Leclerc then trying to get into P2 straight away here. And it looks like he's done it. Charles then, good start from him, up from P3 to P2. And let's have a look at tyres. So everyone, well, I say everyone, most drivers on the mediums, apart from Antonelli, who starts on hards, and Norris, who's on the softs.
Yeah,
so Norris may be going for a two-stopper.
You're doing a good job.
Stuart Get It, hello, how's it going? Hope you're well. And Antonelli has passed Lawson as well, so good start from Antonelli. But we don't want to push these tyres too hard. Same with Leclerc.
Okay,
Max Verstappen has broken the DRS, which is not enabled yet, but it will be enabled as soon as we cross the line.
DRS enabled.
Good job, team. Thank you, buddy. 2 DRS zones here, so it's now enabled. Won't get it for this first one. After we push down the road, we'll get it for the second DRS. That's it. Bye. No worries, buddy. Thanks for dropping in.
Is a 1.5 from you.
So if you are dropping in, do the channel a massive favour and spam that like button. Super appreciate it. Really helps me out. And if you've been following this series, you'll know that Antonelli missed out on the Drivers' Championship on the final race of last season. So he's seeking redemption here in 2028. Right, Leclerc should get DRS then. And we can turn everything down a bit now. settle into the strategy. He has indeed got DRS, and he might even be overtaking Max Verstappen for the lead in this race. Max tries to defend, but Charles Leclerc then takes the lead in Monza, but Max will fight this straight back, and he'll get a nice toe down here, and then he'll get the DRS on the start-finish straight. But this could work well for Antonelli today, because he's starting on the hards, and he's sneaking up the inside of Max Verstappen, is he? But he's not going to be overtaking his teammates. We have got some team orders in place.
You are doing well there.
But now Max has DRS on Leclerc.
Keep focus on your race now.
Antonelli. This is awkward because he doesn't want to take the lead. So what's he going to do here? He does the right thing, slows up on the apex, and that's worked lovely.
You are doing a very good job with that.
So Leclerc leads and Antonelli's P2.
But this is what happened.
Mary, thanks for the follow.
We're watching the action closely here. There's the opening. Really, what fantastic driving that was.
So yeah, we've asked him not to overtake his teammates, then he just slowed it up there. Max couldn't go anywhere, and that's worked absolutely lovely for us there. And now Antonelli, we could go, always defend.
Keep a position.
But I feel that Max will have a good chance to get straight back past us here. We're asking Antonelli not to fight Leclerc because Antonelli's starting on the hard tyres and Leclerc's on the medium. So Leclerc should have the pace, but because he's getting a slipstream at the moment, Antonelli, it's showing that Antonelli appears quicker, but that would be the same if we swapped them around here. And now we're getting into the phase of the race where it's getting a bit of a DRS train. What's tyre wear? So, yeah, tyre wear's pretty even around the medium runners. Maybe Norris is trying a one-stopper, but just going light on those softs. But here comes Verstappen up the inside of Antonelli. Can't quite make that work. Lance Stroll in his Audi. And Stroll is into P3. And he's now getting a clean run. Is he on the outside? No, not quite. Oh, this is carnage going into turn one. Max is alongside Antonelli. Antonelli's in a bit of a sandwich here. And Max is forced out a little bit wide. And this is not going well for Max Verstappen early on, but we don't mind that. Working well for us. Charlie, hello, buddy. Oswald, thanks for the follow. Ali, thanks for the follow. Shadow, that could have ended badly. Worse off all, could have led Stroll to win the race. Yeah. Stroll is now into P2. I don't know what's going on with Lance Stroll.
Do your best.
He's on the mediums, though. And as I say, Antonelli is on the hards.
Right.
But Leclerc just try and break away quickly here. He might be able to. This might be the moment for Leclerc just to bolt down the road. I don't think Stroll got the DRS, did he? No, Stroll has no DRS. Antonelli, though, looks like he's stuck behind the gearbox of Stroll, and that's opened the door to Max and maybe Lawson to get past Antonelli. Now, Oswald, thanks for the gifts, much appreciated. Is that Stroll fighting for the win? Apparently so. Stroll has had plenty of Weetabix this morning, or this afternoon. And Leclerc trying to push the pace, but the problem is it's now Max Verstappen behind us. If it would have been Stroll, we could have pulled away a little bit there. Does Stroll fancy having a go at Max Verstappen, though, in the T1? He might do. He might do. Max is covering him off, though. Has to go defensive. We'll keep pushing Leclerc for a little bit, because whilst they're fighting, that entry compromised Max. He lost another half a second there. Lucio, thanks for the follow. Stroll is an imposter, someone else is driving as him. Yeah. Right, is Stroll going to have another go now with DRS up the hill then? I mentioned if you're in the stream, please do me a massive favour and spam that like button. As we're watching Lance Stroll potentially overtake Max Verstappen for P2 here. And he is going to do it, you know. And Leclerc has used all his battery. And we'll drop him back down the stand. But Leclerc has managed to get a 3.4 second lead. Thanks to none other than Lance Stroll, I would say, because Stroll is really hampering Max Verstappen's race. It is kind of hampering Antonelli's race, but Antonelli is on the hard tyre, of course, so Antonelli should be slower in this phase, but he's doing a good job. Verstappen has got 87% tyre life, though, so I'm sure once he gets clean air, he'll be able to use that. Fab, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. And there goes Verstappen back to P2 against Stroll. What about Antonelli? Can he send one on Stroll as well? He's trying. You can be forced out wide here on the game, and that can cause you a lot of issues. So we don't want to see that. But yeah, Leclerc has got a 3.5 second lead, so that's worked out quite nicely. And we're due to stop lap 25 of Leclerc. It's lap 29 with Kimi Antonelli. And Stroll is hanging on to the gearbox of Verstappen, so long may that continue. Doran, hello, buddy, how's it going? And wow, plenty of likes flying in, appreciate that, much appreciated. And of course, if you don't already, do follow or subscribe. And again, Lance Stroll, who drives for Audi in 2028. I think this is, yeah, it's his second year with Audi. But he's not going for the move on Verstappen there. And there we go, nearly 3 abreast coming out of there. I am looking forward to 2026 in real life because we're obviously getting a brand new team in addition, an 11th team with Cadillac, but we're really getting a second new team, although it's not an addition, but we'll see Audi instead of Sauber, of course. And Leclerc's gap continuing because Verstappen is having to defend from the mighty Lance Stroll. And this is working out perfectly for Leclerc. And these two again will be slow through here. And Max is all over the curves. Stroll's going to get a better exit. And Antonelli might have a chance as well. But Verstappen will be slow out of here. But now he's picking up the slipstream. So he's recovered. Poppy, thanks for the follow. Subaru, thanks for the follow. Jude, hit Antonelli early for undercut on 2 drives. Problem is, Antonelli's on the hards. They're on the mediums. So we don't really want to try the undercut. If he was on the mediums, certainly we would be all over that. Ayali and Cazador, thanks for the follows. Probably butchering them, but thanks. Watch season opener yesterday. Leclerc is a beast. Yeah, Leclerc's doing a great race. He had a real shocker of an opener debut for Maserati. But, yeah, things working out well here for him. But I think, as I say, it's because Leclerc, Verstappen, sorry, is having a fight for to him by Stroll. Verstappen has used 3% less tyre life, though, so he's got that in hand. But it's hard to break the DRS. We were just kind of lucky with Leclerc there. Clean air should be worth far more than staying on the hards. Yeah, potentially, although Antonelli's... When did Tsunoda get to P2? What have I missed? I've been looking at chat. I saw an Audi in P2. Assumed it's Stroll. It's not Stroll. It's Yuki Tsunoda now. When did that happen? So much floor damage being picked up here. Piastri, Hadjar, Max and Porcher. And that's because you get forced wide on that opening corner. Yeah, I think I'm going to try the overcut with the hards. I get what you're saying, clean air. But the problem is that the pack is so tightly bunched, even if we pit, there's not going to be much clean air to be had. Pit loss is 25, so we'd get a bit of clean air, but it's too early to stop now anyway. But these Audis are having a good day so far. This is live, but it's F1 Manager 24. It's not Formula 1. I saw Kimi master in Monaco, but my dear Leclerc crashed in Monaco. Yeah, he did. Leclerc in the season opener crashed out. Race 2, though, he's making amends so far. But yeah, these Audis having a good go of it. Down to 72% on their tyres, so they are pushing, though, the Audis. They are really quite pushing hard, a lot of them on the mediums. Verstappen at 80%. Leclerc at 77%. Jay, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Today I got to the sprint destroying in Austin. So Leclerc leads. There's your race leader. As I say, the man that crashed out on debut, but he's having a good race so far today. And he's got 4 seconds on the chasing pack. And he's being helped because they're having to fight, or Max Verstappen's having to fight. I don't think Max thought he was going to be fighting Audi today, but this is only the second race of 2028. We don't know what the pecking order is, and it may well be that Audi have got pace here in 2028. Well, we have near enough got a DRS train from Tsunoda down to Colapinto, so 2nd to 7th, although Colapinto's just fading out of that. Albon's 4 seconds back. Tsunoda starting to gain a bit on Leclerc, and we don't want them getting within 3 seconds, so we will just push the pace again with Leclerc.
Copy.
He's down to 69% as Tsunoda, but he'll drag them towards us, which we don't really want. So, yeah, let's ask Leclerc just to push a little bit harder.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, he's now within 2.8 seconds, so that definitely Tsunoda's trying a little bit of a push. But Antonelli, could he force Max out wide here? Max will lose a lot of time if he does. He doesn't. He keeps it on the track. And there we go. They're losing time into turn 1 because they're being defensive into there.
Keep focus on our race. Behind you there is Stroll.
Yeah, Leclerc has got some tyre life to play with, haven't we? So let's just try and get that back up to about 4 seconds.
Keep focus on our race.
Cam, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Maltiti, thanks for the follow. Sorry if I'm butchering that. As always, if you don't already, do follow or subscribe and smash that like button. As we're lap 10 of 53, Max Verstappen finally getting his way back to P2, it looks like, but Antonelli is right there behind him. Both getting past Tsunoda then, so maybe Tsunoda had a bit of a push on the battery and tyres, and maybe that's now faded.
You are doing a good job there.
And Antonelli into the right-hander here, not going to make that work. And Jude, thanks for the follow and the gifts, much appreciated. This is not real, this is F1 Manager 24. Right, can we get past Max Verstappen? Max took a second out there.
Stroll behind.
Oh, Antonelli, that is not aggressive at all from Kimi. Oh, using a lot of the battery, that's more aggressive from Kimi. Antonelli trying to get past Verstappen, then we might try and slow him down, but it's hard to do with the DRS zones here. But Max is fighting this hard, but then we'll just drop off the pace a little bit.
Good job.
This will give Max an easy overtake out of these 2 Lesmos, though. Actually, he's going to get us before the Lesmos.
No management anymore.
We've got the DRS, though, so that's going to help us pull away. And the gap to Leclerc is 4.5 seconds. I'm just trying to use Antonelli now to slow Max Verstappen a little bit.
Try to slow down a bit.
And Max has lost the position to Stroll again, so those Audis are back. William Antonelli, thanks for the follow. Antonelli's got hards on, so we could go for that overcut and we could really slow these drivers up.
If you can push a bit more.
Which will help his teammate. Give him a little bit more tyre life as well to push at the end of this stint. So Antonelli is probably going to come out. We're going to stick to this overcut. And he's probably going to come out quite far down the grid after these first stops, but have a really good tyre advantage. So he should be super pacey. And it is a track you can overtake at.
Keep focus on your race now.
As long as there's not DRS trains.
Is a 1.5 from you.
I just need to use a bit of battery because we don't want Max scampering away.
Overtake available.
Max 73%. Max is still a threat to Leclerc here today, that's for sure. I'd like to get him back ahead of Max here, Antonelli. Use him as sacrifice. Yeah, I think so, just because of Max's pace. I think Antonelli could help win the race for Leclerc, and then we'll see where we can get Antonelli back to. I think we've got the beating of the rest of the grids. Lawson down. Look at these guys' tyres. They're absolutely butchering their tyres. So even the one-stopper is going to be a struggle for them. Here comes Antonelli. Not quite there. But look, as soon as Max got clean air, he's really closing that gap to Leclerc. So Antonelli really needs to try and get ahead of him and just slow him up where he can.
You are doing a good job on tires.
And we're into the hairpin here, but we all get DRS, so we should be able to make this work again. DRS open now. Not the massive amount of gaining there, but we're going to switch to the inside, but still not a massive gain. Oh, and the Audis, they're all on the scene again as well. But Antonelli is back past Max Verstappen.
You're doing a good job.
Can't really go that defensive there because he's got a good run. Right, now we can go slow through here.
Try to slow down a bit. Mode charge.
And again, it should be pretty easy for Max to get us up the hill with his second DRS, but we're just slowing him down. Just frustrating him, basically.
And mode attack. No lift off anymore.
And Charles' lead is up to 4.5 seconds. And Max has not moved out of the DRS there, so we will continue to slow you up, Max.
You can slow down a bit.
That's not like Max, not being aggressive at all there.
Margin to reduce the management.
And Leclerc's lead now up to 5 seconds. So Antonelli doing a good job here, but he's about to be consumed. I don't think we
Overtake available.
did just use a little bit of battery out of there. And we go, Max pulled out of the slipstream. That didn't really help him there. But we've left the inside wide open. And I think the Audi will be coming through there as well. Oh, Antonelli a lot later on the brakes though. Max will get past Willie. Just about.
Do your best, man. Tsunoda behind.
Max's tyres now 69%. What's tyres on the grid? So they're dropping in the 50% range. So yeah, Leclerc's lap 25, isn't he? So yeah, we're still another 7 laps off, I guess, pit stops here. PH Chan, thanks for subscribing on YouTube. Much appreciated.
At the moment, they are doing well.
Yeah, we can't really slow down there. Max got the DRS again, unless Max doesn't go aggressive again. But he is pulling to the inside this time. Leclerc's lead 5 seconds though. Antonelli doing a good job here for his teammate. But again, we can't. It is quite a hard track to slow up here. Classic Perez. Perez in the Ferrari this year, not having a good time of it. 22nd at the moment. Yeah, it's quite a hard track to slow drivers up because there's so many straights. We will be overtaken very quickly, so let's just continue to see what we do. We want to be ahead of Max coming into here. That's the problem. But now, if an Audi gets involved, we have gone defensive. We're going to have to use a bit of pace out of here.
Use overtake.
This is not what we want. Max,
should try to close a
that
bit
might
more
give
the gap,
Max
then.
the opportunity he needs to pull out a gap.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Need to get this Audi. Kimi's not going to send it though. As long as Tsunoda stays in the DRS, that's not too bad. Which he should do. 7 temps. Across 8 temps. Got 2 lead bows to go through. Hopefully he'll stay in it.
Try to slow down a bit.
But look, as soon as Max is released, half a second he's just taken out of Leclerc. So Max has got the pace. Lily, thanks for the follow. When is F1 Manager 26 come out? I don't think there's going to be any more F1 Manager games, unfortunately. Not for the foreseeable. This is F1 Manager 24. F1 Manager 25 was cancelled, which would have been this year's release. F1 Manager 26 would be next year, but I don't think it will be coming. The Audi looks like the 3rd fastest car in Monaco. There was just Piastri and Lawson not lap. Yeah, the Monaco pace was absolutely phenomenal between Leclerc, Verstappen and Kimi. I say this track is a little bit harder because the DRS kind of just brings people along with you. But Stroll has just dropped out of that DRS, and Tsunoda has sent one on Max. And Max again is going to get all screwy over the curves, and that's going to lose a bunch of time again.
Looking fine. Tires update.
And yeah, oh, we've got a yellow flag. Here, Gasly. Oh, that's going to be a red flag, isn't it?
We've got a yellow flag here.
Or is it? Are they out? Or are they going to be going, what is going on here?
Right, we're taking the second
Was that his teammate that just hit Gasly as well? So Albon and Gasly.
Oh, that's quite an impact.
Gasly's just hit the rear axle there of Albon. Yeah, red flag. It was Hadjar, was it the Alpine? Ah, that is not what we wanted, really. That is not what we wanted. That works for Max Verstappen. Yeah, there we go. The Alpine of Hadjar just hits the stricken Aston of Gasly. Right, I guess we need to flip these straight away just so we've made our stop and see if we can make them last or not. We'll soon find out.
We're ready.
Well, we're going to get a full restart, but it brings Max's lead on Max from 4.5 seconds to 0 as Leclerc gets us back underway. Max Verstappen from P2 as Gasly and Hadjar both retired. Albon's going to get the penalty for that. And it looks like Max is getting a good launch here. Max on the hards as well. Leclerc trying to stay in there. We don't want to be on that curve though. You lose a lot of pace. And Max Verstappen has benefited from the red flag, and he will now lead the race. Shout, thanks for the follow. Mary Lee, thanks for the follow. I love how random this grid is here. It's 2028, so yeah, there's been quite a few changes. Right, hold on, chat, because what we need to look at here is we're going to have to look at the strategy. So they can both make these work. You would have to go like that. The other option, of course, for Kimi is to do something a bit rogue and throw in another stop. Which would be about 2 seconds slower. So, depends. If we want to get... It's not that much, so if we wanted to get clean air, that's a possibility. But this is, yeah, not worked for us because it's allowed Max Verstappen to take the lead of this race. Now, I need to burn off this fuel as well.
No lift off.
Don't want to burn these tyres up too quick. Got to make them last. But I'm wondering if we could get Kimi Antonelli to the front of this race and really just attack on his mediums and try a second stop.
DRS enabled.
That's Leclerc. Is he going to send one then on Max Verstappen? He had a comfortable lead out front, did Leclerc. Now he's got to do it all again. He looks to be a little bit too far back there. And he can't make it work. So lap 19.53, Max benefiting from the red flag. He now leads Leclerc second, Antonelli third. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button. And of course, follow or subscribe. Yeah.
I'm too slow.
You're not slow, Charles. Don't start putting yourself down, buddy. Come on. Let's not have any negative energy, Charles. We're not in that Ferrari anymore. Right, I need Antonelli to get past Leclerc. But I don't want to ask Leclerc to move out of the way because it can lose you a lot of time. So I need it to happen quite naturally. Is Leclerc, though, about to take the lead of this race? Yes, he is. He's passed Max Verstappen. And now Antonelli wants to try and get that move done as well. And he is going to... Oh, is he still on Don't Fight Teammate? He is. Oh, no. Right, that's off now. That should help. Yes, it does. Right, Antonelli. Who gets the DRS here, though? Now we don't want Leclerc fighting him. Was DRS not enabled? Was that the first lap? No, DRS is enabled, but Antonelli got it and Leclerc didn't. That's why I was confused. And Max Having a look. Oh, no, we don't want you there, Leclerc, because that's going to open the door to those behind. But he gets away with it. And we haven't been able to break the DRS to Verstappen. Now we need to roll reverse this. We need to get Leclerc ahead of Verstappen and start slowing him down for Kimi if we're going to make this two-stopper work for Kimi. What do you think? Maserati first, Red Bull second, Audi third, McLaren fourth, Mercedes fifth, Ferrari sixth, Aston seventh, Williams eighth, RB ninth, Albon 10th, 11th pass. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, we haven't been able to break that DRS to Verstappen. That's a little bit frustrating that we've not been able to break it. And Leclerc is 1.2 behind, so Leclerc's lost the DRS. Max absolutely flying on this lap.
Behind the first lap.
Yeah, fastest lap as well. He's used 1% more, so Max is starting to fly down the road, and Leclerc might be under attack from the Audi, and he is. But he gets away with it, and Max and Antonelli fighting for P1. Yeah, Max's pace is good.
You're doing a good job.
Is there a possibility that the old teammates Albon and Colapinto, they're not the best friends? Got another yellow, got another red flag.
Red flag.
Oh, the second red flag in about 3-4 laps, chat. We got Piastri and Magnussen colliding this time. Piastri out wide, tries to rejoin the track, and yeah, that's not great, Piastri, is it? Did you drop Colapinto for Leclerc? Yes, we did. Expressive Pets, thanks for the follow. All right. I think got to stay on those hards, really, with Leclerc. Antonelli, I'm going to go for that two-stop, but I'm going to go for the softs now and come back to the mediums. Try and get a good launch. Try and get ahead while there's no DRS and try and build a gap, essentially. Here we go then. Our third grid start, our second restart. I'm going to get back underway here in Monza. And Antonelli gets us away then from P1. Max has stayed on his hards as well, so this could work. The strategy we've gone with Antonelli here. We need to change that strategy in a moment. What I need to do with Antonelli is absolutely abuse this tyre to break the DRS. Leclerc's getting ahead of Max Verstappen. Verstappen's out wide. That's going to lose him time. Now Leclerc says we're fast. He's changed his tune. Leclerc gets past Verstappen on the restart. And he pushes him out wide onto the gravel for good measure.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia indeed, Charles. And Max has been slow all the way up there now. Right, so Antonelli. So what we want to do now, Charles, is we want to do that, and then we'll go back to that medium. Not that, sorry, we want to go that. What was quicker there, actually? Was that 54? Yeah, so that is actually quicker. Right, let's go with that then. Yeah, so he's just going to fully attack then.
Yeah, copy.
Okay, chat, here we go then. What game is this? F1 Manager 24. Hold, thanks for the follow. Cuz Potter, thanks for the follow. Harry, DX, Neil, Tia, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Franco looks good in the Mercedes. Gabby in his bag. Yeah, good start for Franco last time out. He got a point, and he's up to P4 here as well. And we've lost Hadjar, Gazzi, and Piastri all out of this race. Haas could finally get points this race. Oh, yes, Esteban Ocon is in P10. Come on, Esteban. I keep meaning to go back to 2025, the first season we've done, because I know Haas have not scored in 2026 or 2027. So it's at least 2 years they've not scored a point. Right, Antonelli's lead, 3 seconds. And he needs to build a big gap here because he's going to have to pit again, which Leclerc and Max Verstappen are not going to stop again. And Leclerc's race is not going to be boring from here on in, but he's just going to manage his tyres. We're going to try and build a better tyre delta than Max. So we've got 1% already. And we just need to continue to do that on Max all race now. As Albon still got that penalty, which is absolutely annoying for him because he won't need to pit now, so he'll have to serve that 5 seconds that will be added to his race time. But yeah, we've had 2 red flags already, and we're not even halfway through this one. Max, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Sorry, I'm on Singapore, 16th race in 2025, no points yet for Haas. Oh, okay. You will have to let me know once you get to the end. And Leclerc has been pushed out wide from Max Verstappen, and we could lose the DRS there. Come on, that's the old Max Verstappen, isn't it?
Now we should be able to take a look here. Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the
We did push him out, to be fair, on the restart, so I guess he's just returning the favour with getting his elbows out. And actually, it wasn't too bad. It was more Leclerc drifted out there. Have we lost the DRS, though?
No overtake.
If we have, it's going to be big problems for us. Actually, we're getting a slipstream anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we have kept the DRS, so not too bad in the end. Antonelli has a 5.5 second lead, but he is going to pit again. And the pit loss is 25.5 seconds. So at the moment, we're coming out last by 10 seconds. But of course, he doesn't need to pit yet for another 10 laps or so. So we'll see what that gap is and where he's going to come out. But yes, Torrens, you'll have to let me know once you get to the end of 2025 if Haas do not score a point. Because if they don't, it means Haas have never scored a point in this universe. And they're currently in P10. So will today be the day for Haas? And Antonelli's lead up to 6.5 seconds now. But it's more building a gap actually on the rest of the grid for Kimi. I say Leclerc is just trying to sit in here with Max. Though Max looks to have recovered a bit of a tyre life of his own now. And we're looking up the inside of Max, but not quite making the move. Not really too bothered about making the move on Max at the moment. This is all about later on in the race for Leclerc. Let's say that the grid is so closely bunched because of those red flags. There's no real option for Leclerc to switch to another strategy, really. And DRS again here for Leclerc. He's going to send on the inside. Let's say you don't want to be forced outside here onto that gravel. But again, they keep it nice and tidy. Is there a possibility that the old teammates Albon and Colapinto, they're not best friends? Albon has personal problems with Franco and Simonos the first season. Oh yes, Colapinto and Albon very close on the road here. Although we say that, now he's been overtaken, is he? Yeah, so there we go. Got a Colapinto Albon on awesome battle there. Antonelli's lead is 7 seconds. But as I say, he's pitting again, so he's absolutely abusing his soft tyres at the moment. And Leclerc is really trying to nurse his tyres. He's only got 1% margin on Max, so we'd like to keep growing that for the end of the race. Of course, that will all change. If we get another safety car or red flag here, even a virtual, we might throw on some softs for Leclerc. It will all depend on the gaps. We've got no gaps really forming yet. Shane Fitness, thanks for the follow. Red Box, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Was it a 10-second penalty, was it, for Albon? Blackpink, which race is this? This is F1 Manager 24, not Formula 1, and this is Monza.
closer.
And as always, if you've not already, make sure to follow or subscribe. And please do me a massive favour, smash that like button. And let me know in the comments who's going to be the World Driver Champion in real Formula 1 this year. Who's going to be the 2020... Where are we? 2025 World Champion. I get confused because we're in 2028 over here. But in real F1, who is going to be the 2025 World Champion, do you think? It looked very unlikely for Max Verstappen a few races ago, but that is becoming a big potential now. Antonelli's lead, 8.8 seconds as Leclerc hanging on to the rear end of Max Verstappen. And now we've got a 2% tyre margin. So this is all we need to do with Leclerc. Just stay in that DRS, look after our tyres. And hopefully later on in the race, we'll have full battery and a tyre advantage to get past Max Verstappen. We might be getting past him here now, but we're not going to try and pull away yet. And we have got a 2-second lead to his teammate Lawson, who's already down to 82%. And there goes Leclerc through then on Verstappen. To say we're not going to be pushing hard here.
Yes.
This is live, but not Formula 1. Antonelli, this could work wonders for him. He's got a 10-second lead, Kimi. He needs another 15 seconds, but obviously he's going to come out on a really fresh start. This is looking really good for Kimi Antonelli, I think. And he won the last race in Monaco, so will he take 2 wins from 2 today? Again, the thing that will kill it for Antonelli is if there's a red flag or safety car. Virtual won't bother him. But that 10-second lead will be cut. He will get his free pit stop, of course, but...
All the time you have to leave a space.
Sean, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hello, how's it going? Looks like the dream of points is over Haas. No, don't say that. Oh, yes, Ocon. Ocon has slipped to P50. Oh, yeah. It looks like it might be all over then. Back there. Right, Leclerc's in P2. Looks like Verstappen lost a bit of time there. Is he going to try and overtake? No, he can't do it.
Okay.
He can't do it. Albon hit Franco, and Franco had to retire from race 2, and also Albon pushed Franco wide in Austin. This is Sean from YouTube. We appeared on your YouTube stream a number of times before. No worries. Thanks for dropping in. Much appreciated. Oh, yes, the Albon and Franco battles from his time at Maserati. Yes, I'm with you, Soren. Yes, there is a bit of a history there between them. Right, the gap for Antonelli is now 13 seconds. Let's say pit loss is 25. He would now at least be ahead of a couple of cars. He would be in P18. Right, I'm desperate. I'm desperate for a toilet break, but where can I leave this in your capable hands? I'm not going to pause it. Let's just get Leclerc into turn 1, and then I'll make a dash for it. And it's in your safe hands, chat. So if anything happens, I'm blaming you. I don't want to be coming back to a red flag. All right, Leclerc, let's just get safely through, and then I'm going to bolt. And then on my return, I'll get back to your comments, Sean, and any others. Oh, God, that was all a bit slow through there, wasn't it? All right, I think we get away with it. Right, I'll be back in 2's chat.
Can I get closer?
I'm back. I'm back. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Right, what are we doing here then? All right, we're still in the DRS. That's the main thing. Right, where were we? But yeah, Sean, speaking about in real life F1, Max is now back in the championship fight. The last thing that McLaren needed in these final few rounds. As we've got just a yellow flag. Yeah, lock up. I think we're going to have to deploy a bit of this battery. Max looks like he's on a bit of a push. As Alex Albon, who was running fourth to fifth.
Through turn 4.
And
there goes the steering. And they ended up their own passenger.
And he's still got that penalty, so that's going from bad to worse for Albon. Yeah, being a McLaren fan, it is slightly worrying having Max there, but I think I said in my last stream, you know, I'm first and foremost a McLaren fan, but I would admit, Max won this championship. It'd probably be the best championship I've ever seen won, to be fair. Hats off to him if he does it. I still think it's going to be difficult, because as I say, Max needs to be perfect. Adrian, thanks for the follow. 777, thanks for the follow.
Our window is open.
Copy.
Right, Antonelli. When do we pop? Antonelli's due to stop lap 35. Leclerc doesn't need to stop again. I think without the crash, he would have got Max, I think, in Monaco and also fighting for P2 minus Charles. Yeah, Charles, I think, might have caught Max in Monaco. Am I a Man United fan? Unfortunately, I am. Yes, Man United is my team. Franco's doing a brilliant job. Look at Gabriel Bortoletto. Got another yellow flag. It's a spin. It's saying Antonelli. I don't think that is Antonelli. Oh, no. The Haas dream is well and truly over. It's Sainz, though, that spun. What? Okay, so has Ocon taken avoiding action? I don't know what's happened to Ocon then. But Ocon was definitely all over the place there. And the Haas dream of a point is all over. Yeah, Franco in the Mercedes in 6th from Bortoletto 16th. I guess he has got some floor damage, which might not be helping him too much. Leclerc getting back past Max Verstappen. We could probably keep neutral. The gap is 15 seconds to Antonelli. We're getting close to his pit stop. 25 seconds into pit loss. But look at the gap he's found here. He's going to come out in P7 now. I think this is not nailed on. I don't be that confident, but I'm feeling pretty good with Antonelli here. Gerardo, King, Raphael, thanks for the follows. 40 points may seem still a big gap due to limited rounds remaining, but with the hammer the moments being from these free condensers, we cannot count Max out. I've said this a lot of times, never ever count Max out. No, definitely. I think as that's not ideal from Leclerc over the curves. Lawson's still in and amongst this, isn't he? He's down to 71 though, so we've got plenty of tyre life on him. I think for Max is you're right about the momentum. So I know it seems obvious, but Max just needs to keep the momentum and win the next two, you know. If he wins the next two, if he's got to start this weekend again, obviously if he wins this weekend, then the pressure is just going to be really ramping up. So the only thing that goes against him is he needs to be perfect. Obviously, if he finishes third, you know, a couple of third places somewhere, and the two McLarens 1-2, that's as good as over, where Lando and Piastri can still afford a couple of third place finishes, can't they?
We are losing time, guys.
All right, Charles, what do you want me to do? Calm down. And by the way, Brian Bosley doesn't have any voice lines in the game, but he is Charles' race engineer. He already had Brian in the team. He was race engineer for Franco last year, but Charles has followed him to Maserati. And looks to be a good decision, because Ferrari have started 2028 absolutely horrendously. Stroll has just picked up an issue. Bebe and Eva, thanks for the follows. And this fight is just going to continue then. We're getting close to Kimi Antonelli's stop then. We're going to come in next lap, aren't we? Eyewear's not been as bad either.
And box confirm. Box confirm.
Copy, box now.
Boo Chelsea for the win. No worries. It's a funny old Premier League this year. I think it's going to be up and down. Everyone's sort of taking points off everyone. I do feel Arsenal look the best for the Premiership this year, though. But for United, I don't know. We could finish 6th or we could finish 16th. It's just really unknown yet. Leclerc, come on. That's all a little bit stressed in there. Just needs to calm down. This is all part of the plan, Charles. Maybe it's because he's seeing his teammate 16 seconds up the road. I get it, Charles. But you've got 5% margin on Max. You're saving your battery. And you're taking these tyres to the end of the race. So you're doing good work, Charles. But yeah, Lawson's come into this now, but he has used 9% more tyre life than us. Historically, Red Bull has been really strong in Mexico. Although, was it last year where Max was a little bit dangerous, shall we say, in Mexico? Where he got the, was it the double 10-second penalty, wasn't it? 20-second penalty in total in Mexico last year. I think the Red Bull is now the fastest car. It's looking the fastest car in the hands of Max Verstappen, isn't it? Oh, safety car. Well, that is perfect for Kimi Antonelli. Right, just make sure he is.
Safety car. Safety car.
I just want to cancel this.
Stay close to the data.
Make sure it's...
as much as possible.
Copy.
What do we do with Leclerc here?
Put a bit more temperature.
I don't think we can really come in. Yeah, we box now, Kimi. Magson's retired. I think he's just gone out wide and wrecked the floor. That happens a lot around here. We don't get a crash or anything. I don't think we can... Is it worth doing? Come on, chap. What do you reckon? Stay on hards with Charles or box for the softs? What are we saying? Box. Got one box. Come on, give me more than one, chat. Get in the comments. I'll leave it another 60 seconds, see what you're saying. We can leave Charles out on the hards or we can box for softs. Aston Martin only done a procedural breach, but it was reported that one of the top teams exceeded the limit. Stay on hard. Max's tyre life is worse than ours.
Box is up.
So Max is on hards. He's at 69%. Yeah, Max is at 69%. If he came in, if Max came in on the softs now, he could get them to the end quite easily. He wouldn't be able to go aggressive on them though. Stay out. There's a lot of stay out. I go for pit. Stay on hard. It's mixed. Right, I think we're going to stay out with Leclerc then. But this has worked absolutely phenomenal for Antonelli. Look at the gap he had anyway. He's got the perfect tyre really as Kimi to go on to as well. Right, now the big question is, does Verstappen stop? Will the whole grid stop? Hopefully not. Oh, Max is stopping. Lawson isn't though, so that's good. We need a few of them to stay out here. Yes, they're staying out. They're staying out. Max gone on to the sauce. Will Norris and Mick get past him? They should. Where's the pit lane, exit line?
Next car behind will be Leclerc.
Okay, so quite a few are pitting. Max has stopped, but he's got to get past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before he reaches Leclerc. Sorry, and I would have said stop. Yeah, it's pretty matched to be fair. It was pretty matched between people saying box and staying out. Yeah, that was pretty matched, but I think half the grid did stay out and half pitted there, so let's see. Antonelli's back on the mediums that he was using earlier on in the race. Max 99% softs.
Copy.
But that's another driver out, so 4 retirements today. Where's Hamilton? This is 2028, so Hamilton has retired. He is no more, unfortunately. Is it coming in at the end of this lap? Nope, we're going to go for another lap. So we've had 2 red flags and a full safety car today in Monza.
So, safety car in this lap. Do your best, Herman.
Right, Antonelli will get us back underway. Okay, I'll admit it was better to stay out. At least for Antonelli, he should be able to pull away and win this. Yeah, that's worked perfectly for Kimi Antonelli. He's on the medium tyre, which is perfect. You can go aggressive on it.
Yeah, copy.
If you stayed out on the hard, you've got to manage that to the end. If you went on the soft as Max, you can only really go standard on it. You can't push it. So it's... I think Leclerc can finish P2 here. It just depends how quickly Max can get through the traffic. As Antonelli... Don't want Leclerc to fight his teammate, really. I think Leclerc's probably got to settle for second today. Antonelli has gone. There we go. Underway then. It's about to start lap 39 of 53. And Leclerc is right on his teammate.
Copy that.
Don't be locking up against Charles like you did in Monaco, because that will take us both out. But yeah, it really comes down to how quickly Max can get past the traffic. But he has got to get past a fair few here. He's got to get past Mick, Schumacher, Norris, Tsunoda, Colapinto, Lawson, before he even gets to Leclerc. Ideally, you'd like to have the gap built, not those from 3rd to 7th. Pit right away after safety car. I think also I would have been more inclined to pit with Leclerc if I had a set of mediums. It was kind of either or with the hards and the softs, because he can make those softs, those hards last. The softs will be a little bit quicker early on here, but again, they'll get to the same stage of tyre life as Leclerc at the end. You know, by the time we get 15 laps into this race, Leclerc's tyres might be even better on the hards than Max's softs. So if I would have had a set of mediums, I think I would have definitely jumped in and gone for it. But Antonelli pulling away quite nicely here. And Leclerc down to 69%, but look, he's got good hard tyre life compared to the rest here. And Max has already lost 11% of those fresh softs.
ERS enable.
So let's remember that the gap between the tyre life at the moment is 20% between Leclerc and Max Verstappen. I think that will fall quite quickly. But Antonelli is pulling away then. He's got the gap already to his teammate. Antonelli home win. Yes, Soren. Yes, of course. And a home win for the team as well. Personal home win and a team home win. Quite right indeed. Tsunoda's dropped 2.5 seconds. And Verstappen has already cleared Norris and Mick Schumacher, as Maloney's had a lock-up. I'm going to just ease off with Leclerc because Lawson's right with him. But this is a little bit worrying because Max has cleared that traffic pretty quickly, but Norris is going to try and bring the fight back to him, but the traction Max will get is a lot better. Verstappen 85, so the gap was 20% in tyre margin. It's now 18 as Lawson has just got past Charles Leclerc. So Lawson obviously pushing his tyres, but we've got 10% on him. So say I'm not too bothered about that. Are you managing Maserati? We are indeed. We are indeed. And Leclerc, hopefully, going to return the favour to Charles Leclerc. Return the favour to Lawson. Lawson loses a bit of time there. Could we break the DRS now? Because he'll be slow all the way up here. 6 tenths. No, it's... Is it 3 tenths or is it 6?
No,
it's switching all the time. Yeah, Lawson is pushing, so I don't want to ruin our battery and tyres. But Antonelli's got the gap to 3.5 seconds. He's pretty much dominating this race. Verstappen then has got... Perez is somehow in 7th now. He was last at some point. Verstappen has now just got Tsunoda to clear, has he? Because Lando Norris is punchy, but Lando Norris is way out wide. And I think we're about to see Max Verstappen get past Tsunoda. And now this is worrying because the gap in tyre life is still about 16%. And Max is going to quickly arrive on the back of Lawson and Leclerc, I'd say. Hello there, Noah and Valley Bale. Thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Yeah, Max is going to be pretty pacey now, so this is worrying for Leclerc. I want to write a recap of the last race from 2017, but I had no time on Tuesday. No worries, but I would have more liked you box and Max not, because there was an opportunity Leclerc would have got Max for softs hunting Max with old hards. Yeah, potentially, Soren, potentially. Yeah, Max is super pacey now, isn't he? I don't think Max will have enough pace to get Antonelli, but he's looking very likely to get up to these two and have the pace to get past. Gap in tyre life is 14%. So I need Max's tyres to go off quicker than that.
Vehicle.
13%. It might be close, chat, because his tyres are degrading pretty quickly. I say Charles has looked after his hard tyres. They're in a good window still. Puts thanks for the rose, much appreciated. And Soap, Edu and Meccan, thanks for the follows. Alright, Leclerc and Lawson continue to battle, but Max Verstappen has arrived.
Mamma mia.
Oh, this is going to be problematic though. Verstappen's already passed. And he's going to get DRS. Can we cover him off? I don't think we can. I think we've... They're both pulling. We'll probably lose out to both Red Bulls here, I'd imagine. They want to take each other out. That'd be nice, but no. And Max Verstappen is through. And he's got 12% better tyre life. We've got to try and stay with him. We've got to try and stay with him and hope his tyres fall off the cliff at the end here. Just continue to manage on light whilst we've got DRS. The Flying Dutchman is coming. He's coming and he's gone. Going to be close. Yeah, it's 10%. So we're gaining about between 2 and 4% tyre life each lap. So it's key that we just try and stay with him for another couple of laps. And it might come back to us here. Antonelli has won this, I think, without another red flag or anything. Antonelli is absolutely loving it out there today. That decision for us to move on to the soft after the second red flag just worked wonders. We got him to the front and he just pulled a massive gap. Lawson's dropping out of this battle momentarily. He has used 11%, 12% more on his hards though. Alright, this is good. We've stayed with Max. We're still recovering a bit of tyre life. Margin is 10% between the tyres, 9% now. So another couple of laps. We can stay with him for another couple of laps. Charles will have a chance still to finish P2 here. And actually, we're going to try and make the overtake on Verstappen. No, no, no. Don't want to be out there, though. No. You lose so much time. Oh. Max. The aggression that Max has, and it's worked in his favour yet again. 8% margin. But we've lost the DRS, and more importantly, we've got Lawson and Stroll all over us. We're going to have to attack if we can, but that might give Max the breathing space he needs. This is not a real race, it's F1 Manager. Leclerc versus Verstappen is back. Just an incident. Just an incident, that was. Sometimes he's an arsehole. Right, we're going to have to use this battery because it's key that we try and get back to Verstappen. Should be enough to get a slipstream here. Yeah, we are just getting a bit of a slipstream. We need to get that DRS though. Right, that should be it. That should be it. We should be back in. We've used a lot of battery doing that though.
Copy that.
I'm going to have to go for a bit of top up now for the last 8 laps. I think Lawson was using up those tyres, so Verstappen could catch Charles, maybe, yeah. All right, tyre margin. Max has a 7% advantage at the moment. So I think by about lap 48, that should swing in favour of us. So if we can, for the next 3 laps, stay in the DRS of Max, top up the battery, it should give us enough to attack at the end here. Antonelli, I think Antonelli's fuel will be fine. We won't use 3.3 in the last 8, but do keep an eye on Antonelli, chat, just in case I need to do anything on him. But he has got a 7-second lead. He's on mediums, and he's loving life out there. David or David, thanks for the follow. And say, if you are in the stream, if you haven't already, do me a massive favour and spam that like button. Of course, do follow or subscribe. And Neto, thanks for the follow. Right, we'll keep checking the tyres each lap. But I don't think we've skipped any track action today. It has been a pretty action-packed race, to be fair. It's Leclerc on the inside of Max. Not ideal, because we're going to give Max the DRS there, aren't we? No, Leclerc does still retain the DRS, so I forgive you, Leclerc. That's fine. But again, we don't want to be pushed out wide. And being out here is always a chance. Oh, but we get away with it. Right, gap in tyres is now 6%. So let's say another couple of laps, that's going to start to swing in our favour. Have we got any surprise? Oh, what is that? It's a yellow flag. Crowd went up a bit. Oh, we've got a spin. Tsunoda, it looks like Tsunoda in the Audi was running in the points. And Russell's had a spin. What is going on out here today?
That's it. That's the spin. And once it started,
that's what's happened.
Powerless to do anything.
Russell spun and Tsunoda tried to take avoiding action and was just parked on the grass. So Tsunoda is now down to 18th. That drops the Audi out. Maloney's up to 13th from the Haas. There's still a chance. Albon obviously served that penalty under the safety car by the looks of it. But no real surprise point scorers. I guess the only surprises would be maybe Alpine and Haas, who are sort of the 2 teams at the back of the field. Telling people straight away there's no Lewis Hamilton anymore, and so much shushing, then Colapinto first, Albon and Ocon lock-ups and crash. Will there be a Lewis Hamilton in 2028 in real life? I don't think there would be, you know. And Leclerc, he's on the inside this time. Because if Lewis doesn't have a car or he doesn't have the ability to win next year, then I think that'll be it for Lewis from next year, personally. Leclerc momentarily ahead of Verstappen, but Verstappen looks like he's going to reclaim it. But now it's just 2% in the tyres. And as I say, we're topping up. Lance Stroll is going to finish 4th here today, isn't he? Is anyone's tyres going to fall off the cliff? No, I think they'll all about survive. Maloney off. Maloney was in P11 for a second there. How far is Maloney off the points? Oh, Maloney's in DRS of the points. Can he score points? Our first driver we ever had, Maloney. Might score points for Haas today. You never know. But the GOAT, Lance Stroll, has arrived on this battle. He's used a little bit more tyre life. Ethan and Ollie, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Legend Stroll is coming. He is. Stroll is coming, which could be a bit worrying because you never know what Stroll's going to do. We've just literally pulled out and let them both of DRS overtake us there. I'm not sure what Charles is thinking, but... Well, we're not that slow, Charles, but did you just pull off the racing line to make that easy? But... Right, the tyre delta to Max has slowed suddenly. So is he suddenly on light and looking after those? Oh, now it's even. Right. Now we have reached the crossover then between softs and hards. So Max's softs should be degrading quicker than our hards now. So we've overcome that stint of Max. Now we've just got to stay in this DRS. Stroll has put a cat among the pigeons though here, isn't he? And we're losing a bit of time here.
We're going to start to drop a little bit.
The rears are starting to drop. I thought you said rain has started to drop a little bit. I was saying, I wasn't accounting for that today, Charles. He said rears though, that's fine.
Copy that.
Not going to say anything, but the tree miller's alive. You just have said something, and yeah, Maloney is into P10. What's his tyre life saying? Oh, it's close. Come on, Zane. Can Zane Maloney get a point for Haas today? Right, we're back on top up. Stroll looks like he's had his fun, and he's going to drop out of this now. And we've got 2% tyre margin on Verstappen, so just need to give it another couple of laps, and then we'll make our attack, hopefully. But Kimi Antonelli is 9.3 seconds ahead in this race. Went on his way to making it 2 from 2. We've now got 3% tyre margin. Max is trying to push a little bit here, I think, but Colapinto is down in 17th. He was running high at one point as well. The Mercedes having an awful day. It's not a real race, it's F1 Manager 24. I like how you kept the idea of the yellow. Yeah, I love this livery, so yeah, we used it for Monaco. So I thought a bit of an ease for me to get straight into 2028 without creating a new livery. Thought we'd just go with it for the whole of this year. And it's working well for us so far because it's brought Antonelli a win in Monaco. Looks like it's going to bring him a win here in Monza. Is it going to be our first 1-2 of the season? No, Max has covered that off very defensively, hasn't he? I think I just harvested a little bit too much though. Might lose the DRS to Max. Yeah, that was a bit too much on the harvesting there. Max has bolted out there as well. Mercedes always become a backmucker on every save. Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously the developers just hate Mercedes, clearly. Right, Verstappen has just suddenly bolted down the road here. So we're going to have to do something about that. We've got 5% tyre margin. Stroll is back as well. Yeah, Max is absolutely bolted. All right, let's hope we can rein him in. Oh, please don't overtake us, Stroll, because we don't need you with us. Maybe the AI have suddenly gone on a push here because Stroll is all over us as well. Yeah, the AI are pushing because Stroll's going to get past us here, which is going to be the annoying thing.
3 laps to go.
Yeah, Stroll has just set the fastest lap of the race. Lance Stroll, what are you doing? We have to go very defensive as well. Oh. Right, we need to get... Matt is working wonders for Max because Stroll is being an annoyance to us. We're going to use all our battery. Max might have covered us off here. He's suddenly bolted. Need to get back to that DRS, but we're going to have literally no battery to do anything. This game not realistic on the point. I was doing a race with 8-second gap with the two saying only just catch me in one lap. Yeah, the problem with the AI, they keep a lot of battery and sometimes just suddenly they'll use all the battery and attack on the tyres. So they suddenly go from hardly any pace to just full pace. But we've used the battery. Stroll's right with us. I don't think we'll be able to catch Max now. That is so bizarre.
2 laps to go.
Copy.
Antonelli's going to win it, but Stroll's going to get past us here, chat, and we're still 2 seconds off Max, and we're not gaining. Oh, and the safety car brings an end to it. And the safety car brings an end to it. That's it then. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. As we've got another safety car. Maloney's in P10, chat. Recharge, bro. Yeah, well, we don't need to now, but Dale Porcher's gone wide and broken the car suspension or floor. But we've got a safety car. We won't get restarted.
As much as possible.
And Zane Maloney is in P10 for Haas. Don't retire, Zane. Oh, Zane, do it for Barbados, yes. A Maloney legend indeed. But yeah, a bit of an anticlimactic end there. In hindsight, maybe we should have pushed Leclerc a little bit earlier, but I was just thinking we were staying in Max's DRS, but Max suddenly pushed. Antonelli's going to win it. Leclerc, though, good bounce back from Monaco. He will get a podium. But Maloney have not scored. We don't believe they scored a point in the whole series. As I say, they certainly haven't for at least 2 years. And Zane Maloney's going to change that today. As we start the final lap, and on that final lap, the safety car is going to pick us up. Will the safety car take us across the line, or will he come in? No, he will come in to see us across the line. There'll be no overtaking. That's the quickest safety car you've ever seen. It's been a lap. Look, the gap. Not even been enough time for the pack to close.
Yeah, copy that.
But yeah, what it does mean is Maloney's going to score a point for Haas. Lance Stroll is going to get the fastest lap and P4 today. And Perez somehow is going to get on the points for Ferrari. But here we go. Safety car will peel away just so the fans can see the cars at full speed. But there'll be no overtaking. Kimi Antonelli, let's be honest, has pretty much dominated proceedings today. And he wins his home race in Monza. The team's home race as well. Antonelli wins it. Max, stubborn old Max, gets P2. And Charles Leclerc gets his first podium for the team and his first points as Charles Leclerc finishes P3. But Zane Maloney, 9 seconds off the top 9, is about to cross the line and score a point for Haas. And there it is. In this universe, Haas don't score points, but they have today with the legend that is Zane Maloney.
So happy.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
It was a truly excellent win, with everything
I can't upload 2025 mode on places. Yeah, unfortunately, the 2025 mod is for PC.
Forget just what it means to the whole team.
How's he managed to get this Haas track in the points? Home race and win for Maserati and Kimi, and also Charles podium is now half Italian. Yeah, definitely is half Italian, Charles.
And a podium place. What a great way to round
But yes, to celebrate that win, don't forget to smash that like button and say do follow or subscribe if you don't already.
Time in Italy is done for another year.
And unfortunately, we never get to see the podium because Kimi Antonelli doesn't have a game face. That's why we don't get podiums. So unless we signed another driver. Zane for driver of the day. Oh, yes, without a shadow of a doubt. Shadow, pun intended there as well. I'm sorry about that, but yeah. Zane is driver of the day, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look at this in all its glory, particularly P10. But Kimi Antonelli, can we talk about him today? He dominated that. I think, as I say, that decision to move on to the soft second, after that second red flag, his pace was phenomenal. And, yeah, did get good timing with that second safety car, but I think he would have won it anyway, to be honest with you. Max Verstappen, we were thinking it was going to be a 1-2, but he did well in the end. P2 for Max. Charles Leclerc finished where he starts, so can't moan about that. P3 for Charles. Good bounce back from Monaco, where he crashed out on the opening day of the season. Lance Stroll, though, P4 for Audi. Lawson drops 3 places to 5th, which will help us in the Constructors. But again, we're gaining... we lost ground in that in the first race because Charles' retirement. But look at some of these drives going on back here. You can see how chaotic the race was. Carlos Sainz up 8. To finish P6 for Aston. Ollie Behrman up 15 for Williams. Perez up 12 for Ferrari. Lando up 4. But this man here, Zane Maloney, is up 8 places to finish P10. But yeah, what a strange race. Lance Stroll takes the fastest lap. No point for that in 2028 though. Let's look at the Drivers' Championship after 2 races. And it's perfect from Kimi. Well, not perfect, because you do get a point for pole, and he hasn't managed that yet. Both pole positions has gone to Max Verstappen. So Kimi's got 2 wins from 2 races, though. Max Verstappen is hot on our tails, though. Only 12 points behind, so those two look like they're going to do battle again this year. Lawson's moved up 1 place to 3rd. And Oscar Piastri drops to 4th with no points scored. But Leclerc makes big ground. No points in the first race. 15 points today. So moves up 16 places to 5th. Behrman remains 6th. Stroll is in the top 7. Lando Norris drops to 8th. Sainz is 9th. George Russell 10th. And the rest of your point scorers so far in 2028. Perez scores his first points of the season in 11th. Gasly 12th. Franco Colapinto 13th. But the man from Barbados, Shane Maloney, up 6 places. He's now P14 with a point for Haas. And we'll see that on the Constructors as well. Maserati, we do take the lead in the Constructors. So we now lead the Constructors by 5 points. Really, the Constructors battle is probably down to Liam Lawson, because we know Leclerc and Franco Colapinto will be strong. We know Verstappen will be strong. How many points can Lawson get for Red Bull? McLaren, this could be very tight, but it is only 2 races. So we still don't really know the pecking order, but it does seem to be Maserati and Red Bull. And then the next 2 does seem to be McLaren and Audi. But McLaren are 3rd at the moment, Williams 4th, Aston Martin up to 5th, Audi are now up to 6th, Ferrari 7th with 10 points out of 2, and Mercedes just 1 point out of the first 2 races, absolutely struggling. But Haas, their first points in years in this universe, they're in 9th with a point, and then RB and Alpine yet to score. Is Alpine going to be the worst team of the year? RB is interesting because they actually finished 5th in the Constructors last year, and they finished the season really strong, but really dropped off the pace so far here in 2028. Oh, and for once we don't get the fastest pit stop. That goes to Red Bull and Max Verstappen. But we do lead the fastest pit stop competition at the moment, but that is very tight so far in 2028. Prime Zane's back. Ferrari and Mercedes. Yeah, they are struggling this year, Ferrari and Mercedes. But that brings this one to a close. So as I always round up, as I better manufacture this underfloor actually before I forget about that. That's all going to help for our next few races. But yeah, as I always say, as I recap the end here, if you've watched for the first time, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So if you like what you see, do follow and subscribe on the platform that you've watched, and we'll be back on Tuesday to continue this series. So we live stream every race every Tuesday and Friday. But if you have watched specifically on TikTok or Twitch, head to the profile in my bio, click the YouTube channel, because over there, that's where we house all of our F1 Manager content. So not only these live streams, but also 2 episodes a week. And we've got our previous series, such as the Team Lotus, and some bonus series coming in the future in December as well. So head over and subscribe over there. Obviously, if you watched on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, and you can check out that Maserati playlist straight away. And if you can do me a massive favor, if you haven't already, of course, before we sign off, smash that like button. Yeah, that brings this one to a close, and a very good race and a great start so far then for Kimi Antonelli, who's won in Monaco, and he's followed it up with a win in Monza. So lost out in 2027 to Max Verstappen. Those two are doing battle already early on, but that was a very good, well, it's a satisfying win actually for Kimi. He dominated that race in my opinion. Leclerc was always on for a podium. Was it going to be 2nd or 3rd? It was close in the end, but he had to settle for 3rd. But as I say, he's bounced back well from the disappointment in Monaco. And we're going to be staying in Italy for the next one, because we're doing a back-to-back in Italy, as we're going to head to Imola next. So, as I say, all of the season, start of the season is all European. So we're doing the European leg first. So we've done Monaco and Monza. We're now off to Imola next, and it'll be 11 days. So we'll see if we can get some designs on the car. But we've made the best start to a season we ever have, with 2 race wins out of 2. But Max Verstappen is very much there. Can we fend him off in Imola? Find out as we continue this F1 Manager Maserati series very soon. Thanks again, everyone who's dropped in all the comments, likes, follow, subscribe, even if you watch back in the shadows there and just watching the stream. Super appreciated. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and of course, enjoy the Formula 1 if you are watching it. And yeah, all for me to say is have a good weekend, enjoy the Formula 1, and hopefully I'll see you back here again on Tuesday. Mr. Lockman, hello, we're just signing off, but thank